Hey everyone, it's your friendly DIY enthusiast and woodworking guru, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about one of my favorite furniture projects, the wooden and metal outdoor bench. Now, I know what you're thinking, why do I need a bench outside? I can just sit on my lawn. But trust me, once you have this versatile piece of furniture in your yard, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. First of all, let's talk about the style factor. This isn't your grandma's rickety old garden bench. We're talking sleek lines, gorgeous wood grain, and just the right amount of metal accents to make it pop. You'll be the envy of all your neighbors with this piece, let me tell you. But it's not just a pretty face. This bench is also functional AF. Whether you want to use it as a statement piece in your garden or as a spot to rest your feet during a long walk, it's got you covered. And on those lazy summer afternoons, there's no better place to sit and take in the beauty of nature. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't know how to build a bench. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. And with the tips and tricks I'm about to share, you'll be a bench building pro in no time. First things first, the materials. For this project, you'll need some gorgeous wood planks, a sturdy metal frame, and some basic tools like a saw, a drill, and some screws. Don't worry, we'll go through all of that in detail in a bit. Now, when it comes to the actual construction, there are a few things to keep in mind. You'll want to make sure your frame is sturdy and well built, and your wood planks are sanded and finished to perfection. And of course, safety first, make sure you're using your tools properly and wearing the right protective gear. But don't worry, it's not all serious business. In fact, some of my favorite memories are from the times I've spent building furniture with my friends and family. It's a great way to bond over a shared project, and let's be honest, there's something deeply satisfying about creating something with your own two hands. So, whether you're a seasoned woodworker or a total newbie, I promise you'll have a blast building your own wooden and metal outdoor bench. And when you're finished, you'll have a beautiful and functional piece of furniture that will last for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Let's get building. I'm sure many of you have been scrolling through Pinterest or Instagram for hours, admiring the stunning garden benches that seem to magically transform any outdoor space. And you're probably thinking to yourself, I could build that. Well, guess what? You absolutely can. But before you start building, let's talk about the materials you'll need. First off, we need wooden boards. Now, I know what you're thinking, what kind of wood do I need? Well, let me tell you, there are a variety of options to choose from. My personal favorite is cedar or redwood. Not only do they look beautiful, but they're also resistant to rot and decay. This is crucial if you want your bench to withstand the test of time and unpredictable weather conditions. Next, we need a metal frame. This can be made of iron or steel. And let's be honest, metal is an incredibly sturdy material. It's important to have a strong foundation that can support the weight of you and your loved ones for years to come. Plus, a metal frame adds an industrial and modern look to your bench, which I absolutely love. Of course, you'll need screws and bolts to secure the wooden boards to the metal frame. But we can't forget about the power drill. If you've ever tried to screw in a screw by hand, you know it's an incredibly tedious and frustrating task. So invest in a power drill and save yourself the trouble. Now, let's talk about the saw. You'll need either a circular saw, a table saw, or a jigsaw to cut the wooden boards to the desired length. I personally prefer using a circular saw. It's quick, easy to use, and it gives you a straight cut. But, hey, you can use whatever saw you feel comfortable with. After you've cut the wooden boards, you'll need sandpaper to smooth out any rough edges. No one wants to sit on a bench that has rough edges or splinters. It's important to take the time to sand it down and make it comfortable for everyone to sit on. Finally, we have wood stain or paint. This is where you can really let your creative juices flow. You can choose a classic wood stain or go wild with a bold paint color. Either way, make sure to choose a product that is weather resistant so it can withstand the elements and not fade over time. And there you have it. All the materials you'll need to build an amazing wooden and metal outdoor bench. Trust me, once you start this project, you won't be able to stop. And before you know it, you'll be the envy of all your neighbors with your beautiful and functional outdoor space. So, grab your tools, put on some music, and let's get building. Alright, let's talk about building the frame for our outdoor bench. First, we need to measure and cut our wooden boards to the perfect size. Now, you may be thinking cutting? Measuring? Oh no, not the math. But trust me, it's not that bad. You just need a measuring tape and a saw. And if you're anything like me, you'll probably need to measure and cut twice, because let's face it, mistakes happen. Ready to build an awesome outdoor bench that will make all your neighbors jealous? Well, grab your tools and let's get started. Here's what you'll need in details. Wooden boards, such as cedar or redwood, 2 inches thick and 8 feet long, 3 pieces. Metal frame, made of iron or steel, 1-inch square tubing, 4 pieces, each 18 inches long. Screws and bolts, 2.5 inches long, 24 pieces. Power drill. Saw, circular saw, table saw, or jigsaw. Sandpaper. Wood stain or paint. And here are the tools you'll need. Tape measure. Square. Clamps. Now that we have all our materials and tools, let's get to work. First, cut the wooden boards to the following sizes. 2 pieces, each 48 inches long, for the seat. 2 pieces, each 22 inches long, for the sides of the seat. 2 pieces, each 21 inches long, for the sides of the frame. 2 pieces, each 14.5 inches long, for the front and back of the frame. After you've cut all of the wooden boards, sand them until they're nice and smooth. No one wants a splinter in their rear end, right? Now it's time to assemble the bench. Lay out the 2 longer boards, 48 inches, side by side, and then place the 2 shorter boards, 22 inches, perpendicular to them at either end. Attach the shorter boards to the longer boards using screws and bolts. Next, cut the 4 pieces of metal tubing to 18 inches each using a saw. Make sure you wear protective gear when you're cutting metal, unless you want to end up looking like a rock star with a cool eye patch. Using clamps to hold everything in place, attach the metal tubing to the wooden frame using screws and bolts. The metal tubing should be placed on the inside of the wooden frame, at each corner, perpendicular to the seat. Cut the remaining 4 wooden boards to 21 inches and 14.5 inches, respectively. Attach the 21-inch boards to the metal tubing using screws and bolts. These boards will form the sides of the bench frame. Attach the 14.5-inch boards to the front and back of the metal tubing using screws and bolts. These boards will form the front and back of the bench frame. Finally, sand any rough edges and then stain or paint the wooden boards as desired. And voila, you're done. Let the bench dry completely and then invite your friends over to admire your new creation. It's the perfect place to sit and enjoy a cold beverage or a good book. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can even let them sit on it too. Building your own outdoor bench is not only a fun project, but it also has some great benefits. For starters, it's an excellent way to save some cash. Let's face it, outdoor furniture can be quite expensive. By building your own bench, you can save some money and still have a beautiful piece of furniture for your garden or patio. Moreover, building your own bench also means that you get to customize the design to suit your unique style and needs. Do you want something with a backrest or without? Do you want armrests or not? It's totally up to you. You can choose the wood, the color, the shape, and the size of your bench to make sure it fits your vision and preference. Plus, building a bench can be a fun group activity. You can invite friends or family over to help with the project, which can turn into a fantastic bonding experience. You can even make a day of it by grilling up some food and enjoying the outdoors while you work. And let's not forget about the satisfaction that comes with completing a DIY project. It's a great feeling to sit on a bench that you built with your own 2 hands. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment and pride every time you use your bench. All in all, building your own outdoor bench is a fantastic way to save some money, customize your furniture, and enjoy a fun DIY project that you can enjoy for years to come. Let's talk about some frequently asked questions about building an outdoor bench. I know building an outdoor bench might sound intimidating, but trust me, it's not that hard. First up, a question that comes up quite often is, what type of wood is best for an outdoor bench? That's a great question. You definitely want to use wood that can withstand the elements. Cedar and redwood are both fantastic options for outdoor furniture as they are naturally resistant to rot and insects. Plus, they both have a beautiful natural color that looks amazing in any backyard. Next up, we have a question about how long it takes to build an outdoor bench. That really depends on your skill level and the complexity of the design. If you're a beginner, it might take you a bit longer, but don't worry, everyone starts somewhere. Even I had to start somewhere before I became a pro at building outdoor benches. If you're experienced, you could probably finish it in just a few hours, but if it's a complex design, it could take you a few days. Finally, we have a question about the tools required to build an outdoor bench. While you definitely need a power drill and saw, you don't need any special tools. But hey, if you're like me and love a good excuse to go to the hardware store, then this might just be the perfect project for you to invest in some cool new tools. But if you're like my dad and prefer to use the tools he's had since the 80s, then no worries, you can still build a great bench with just the basics. Well, those are the answers to some of the most frequently asked questions about building an outdoor bench. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. And if you end up building your own outdoor bench, I'd love to see it. Be sure to tag me on social media and let me know how it turned out. Did you have fun watching this video? If you did, then I'm gonna need you to show me some love by hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. Come on, don't be shy. We're all friends here. Now, if you're anything like me, you're always on the lookout for new woodworking plans and ideas. Well, I've got some great news for you. In the description below, you'll find a link to access 16,000 woodworking plans instantly. That's right, you heard me, 16,000 plans. So, whether you're looking to build a birdhouse or a bookcase, you're sure to find something that tickles your fancy. And let me tell you, these plans are the real deal. They're high quality and come with detailed instructions, so even if you're a beginner, you'll be able to tackle any project with ease. Plus, with 16,000 plans at your fingertips, you'll never run out of things to build. So, what are you waiting for? Click that link and get your hands on some amazing woodworking plans today if this bench wasn't what you were looking for. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.